All right, starting a little early here. Um, Probably gonna wait like 10 minutes before I actually start it. Give some people some time to join, because I don't know if it notifies people when I schedule these things. Uh, but we would go. Yeah, Watchmen, ready to go here. Uh, Wait for some people to join. How's the sound for anybody that's in here? I finally watched Endgame. Infinity War was better. Endgame. What's up, Lopan? You can hear me, right? I don't know why it doesn't look that good. I don't know. Must investigate further. Impossible homosexual. This would be so fucking good. All right. We'll be starting here soon. Um, Good. What's up, Liz? What's up, Hardboil? We're all here. Lopan. All the loyalists are here for Watchmen. The Watchmen clan. We're watching the Ultimate Cut, by the way, guys, because I have the collector's edition, and we're gonna get the full Watchmen experience. If you only have the director's cut, then I guess you could pause it when we're at the Black Freighter parts. Other than that, it's pretty much the same movie, other than the animated sequences. And you guys let me know if the fucking audio goes to shit. Trying to make sure all these windows are closed on my thing. What is your thing the same on Twitter? Hardboiled Entertainment? I'll look it up. Um, look it up right now. That's fine, Liz. Go watch it later. I always post these after we air them. Films. Oh shit! I almost fell off. I need it. Most definitely, Liz. That's how he's. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Following you now. I'm here watching on TV while I'm trying to finish editing my video on my phone. Yeah, well, editing's a bitch, man. Keep at it, Shadow. It'll get better. Looking forward to Project Comic-Con. Yeah, you can come on my podcast, man. Yeah. I just followed you, so DM me. Uh, 5 minutes to airtime. I have it set on 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Ultimate cut. What was it? 3 hours and 35 minutes. Are we all ready for this? 3 hours and 35 minutes. Oh, fuck. Everyone go to the bathroom? Everyone get their bathroom breaks? Oh, God. 3 hours and 35 minutes. Man, that's a legit movie, man. Johannes X. What's up, dude? So, what do you think of the new Batman? Made a video about it yesterday. Go check my channel. Go check the video about it. I think it's fine. I think Robert Pattinson would be fine. I don't think he's actually confirmed, though. I think he's just a front runner right now. Deadline is reporting there's 2 actors up for the role right now. He has a hell of a jaw, so that's a good thing. Go watch in the bathroom. Jeez, horrible. The dedication. Much appreciated. Fucking 4 minutes. Shadow says, "You're right about the Heath Ledger side of people. Just won't know it till we see him in action." Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty like when news comes around, you kind of tell what people already know before they even say it, right? Um, Either they're gonna hate Robert Pattinson because he was in Twilight movies, which is pretty much half the fucking people in the movie. Hard boiled, we haven't started the movie yet, but yeah, "Wrong again" is the first lines of Watchmen. Um, but yeah, you're either gonna have people that hate him because of Twilight, or you're gonna have people that aren't gonna decide either way until they see him. Eh, it's what it is. From vampire to bat. They called it all along. It was always they were foreshadowing he was gonna be Batman. Like he's a much better actor than Kristen Stewart. Can we just agree on that? Like he's like fucking he might have been the best part of those vampire movies. Like who else was in those fucking movies? Like everybody was trash. But he was also in Harry Potter, so that's kind of like why I like him a little bit because he was decent in Harry Potter. Also in the Lost City of Z movie. If you haven't seen that movie, you definitely see that. Robert Pattinson has some chops. I'm gonna start here in 2 minutes. Dos minutes. Oh, wasn't the lovely Anna Kendrick in those films? The lovely. Oh yeah, she was also in Up in the Air. Have you ever seen that George Clooney movie, Up in the Air? That was a really good one too. Um, she's fine. I mean, she's another actress. She did all those Pitch Perfect movies. All those films suck. No one fucking holds it against her. Um, yeah, Watchmen, y'all. About to start it here. I remember watching this movie out of theaters. I never saw it in theaters because the advertising was just that piss poor for this movie. I think they had like one trailer for it, and I didn't know what it was until after it was out of theaters. And then I saw the movie, and then I read the book over and over, and it's the greatest movie of all time. It's one of the best movies of all time. One of the best comic book adaptations ever. I try like it's just getting lower and lower. Oh, it's great. The Smashing Pumpkins song on that trailer, fucking so good. But like, I don't remember any like TV ads for Watchmen. I don't remember them ever talking about this when it was coming out. Just kind of like came and went. If you look at the box office numbers for it, it's pretty bad. Uh, Nobody went to go see this movie when it was in theaters. But that's what Zack Snyder films do, I guess. And it was polarizing. A lot of Watchmen fans didn't like it. Here, tried to. That doesn't make things better. But I have it timed up here at 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Make sure everything's set up here. Now let's get to it. It's 3 hours and 35 minutes. It's a long time. I'm sure we'll talk about a lot of shit as it's going. Wow, Shadow. That's lucky. I didn't know about it until after it was out theaters. All right. Play it. We're playing it. We're at the 0 second mark. It's going. The yellow just faded on the screen. Destruction by nuclear war. The Warner Brothers logo and Paramount. So Warner Brothers, Paramount collaborated a little bit. Make sure I'm in frame. Wrong again. Yeah, they just said that, so we're all synced up right now, huh? I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this movie. He's so fucking good. And Zack Snyder used him again as Thomas Wayne. But I love that we actually see this fight. I mean, if you read the book, you don't see this fight really. I mean, you see little bits and pieces of it, but you don't see like this huge event that it is. And I think that's like probably one of the best changes Zack Snyder did. Because like the whole catalyst of the fucking story is the death of the comedian. So why shouldn't we see the death of the comedian? Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I hope they do Flashpoint with Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman. And that Nixon was always a little disturbing to me. I've always felt his nose was a little bit too big. 5 minutes until midnight. Whoa! The camera's always moving too. It's always like these slow, like push-ins. Pat Buchanan, 0. I like all these lookalikes. Great job with all the lookalikes. Got the dog in here. Helen Arcliffe. They couldn't spell it out anymore in like this first like 5 minutes. What the ending of the movie really is. You know? The Soviets are only stockpiling because they're afraid of Dr. Manhattan. The whole ending is Ozymandias making Dr. Manhattan the villain that everybody has to fight. So genius. Like the world's already uneasy about Dr. Manhattan. So Ozzy's plan's already coming together as he's breaking into the room to kill a comedian. And you get your 300 reference on the door when it flashes up after he throws the coffee cup, which he's about to do. Um, it's Ozzy, of course. It's funny. The gun is on a Hustler magazine. Isn't that funny? Oh, the Unforgettable song's great too. 300. What a subtle reference. And right on TV was a Ozymandias ad. Nostalgia. Adrian Veidt company. Unforgettable. What a perfect fucking song. Like to match up with this fucking story. Because Watchmen's gonna be one of those books that lives forever. So it's like it's a perfect song to go with the movie to start it. And this fight's badass. Like just fucking hits him right through the tail, throws him across the room. There you can see Zack Snyder in the window. It's really tough to see. You kind of have to pause it, but his reflection's there. I always thought that was pretty cool. Knife and caught the knife out of the air. I always question is like Ozymandias like Superman? Like is he like has superpowers? Or is he just really athletic, really agile? Like the peak of what a human could be. That's what Ozymandias is. Because he seems like he's a fucking like superpowered being the way he throws people around. Mother forgive me. And the blood dropped perfectly on the eye. This isn't in the book at all. You know, like this is not the whole fucking this one part where he throws him out the window, that's in the fucking book. That's a direct shot from the book. Identical. Unforgettable. And then we fucking zoom in on the pen, the Watchman smiley face, onto the blood. And dude, this is all like CG too. The button, the blood, it's all CG, and it holds up. It looks fucking great. And I'm fucking right. The TV is like probably like 3 feet away from my face. That's why I'm leaning back so much. But yeah, like looks good. And now we get to the greatest sequence of all time with Bob Dylan playing over it, and you get Batman posters in the back, Gotham fucking newspapers. like pretty awesome. Anytime you my Bob Dylan impression. A Zack Snyder film. Apparently, they had the actors moving in slow motion. You know, they had them like moving like slow. I don't know exactly how they did this, and I think that's what makes a movie great, right? When you can't really tell what the fuck, like how they did shit. Obviously, this is all CG with the fucking plane, but there's some shots I always wonder, like, how the fuck did Zack Snyder make that shot? Like the camera will be in an impossible angle. It will be in an impossible location, like in a wall or something like that. Fucking greatness. Stealing the kiss, the famous kiss, the lesbians. I love seeing the history of all the old Minutemen, is what they're called in the book. And this is all like pretty accurate because you can read about them in the when you read the Watchmen book. He has this part where it's under the red, no, under the hood, and it's like Hollis Mason's book, and it's in the Watchmen book, and you can read that, and it tells you the fate of like a lot of these Minutemen guys. So that's where all this is coming from. Zack Snyder didn't just make this out of his ass. This is all uh, very, very accurate to the Watchmen book and what was created by Alan Moore and Bob Gibbons. Bob Gibbons, Dave Gibbons. What the fuck? Roos have a bomb. We see a little Rorschach as his mom's getting plowed. Kind of messed up. That's Zack Snyder's son, Eli. How's that? He plays little Rorschach in this. That's a CG face on that Kennedy, or is that a lookalike? Either way, that looked just like fucking Kennedy. And they recreate when Kennedy got shot in the fucking head. Like, Jesus. Like that. It's an exact recreation. Like, right down the turnpike. And fucking the comedian's the guy on the grassy knoll or whatever. So good. Little Silk Spectre saying who her real father is and repressing the memory. And in the book, you get this like the snow globe on top of the TV. That's like a part in the book that she has. Yes, 2K Fortnite. It's one of the best movies of all time. That really happened in Vietnam, by the way. The monks setting themselves on fire, that really happened. That was a real life thing. Fucked up shit. Rorschach. Rorschach's still a hero at that point. He's not killing people left and right. Those that ran on your walls. And what I think these guys look great as like what was it, Gorbachev and Castro? Um, I think they look great. And this is always a fucking disturbing shot when they shoot the college kids. The comedian wasn't the second shooter; was he the first shooter? Well, the thing is, the before Watchmen books came out after this movie, I think, right? I think they came out after. So, yeah, I think Zack Snyder kind of just made that part up. He's taking his own creative liberties. I like all the creative liberties Zack takes with this movie. Like the ending's a lot better in this movie than the book. And I like the way Ozymandias' costume looks in this movie as opposed to the book. I think it looked very I don't know. It looked too pharaoh-like in the books. Like it should look like a superhero. And I like how Ozymandias' suit. It looks like a suit from Batman and Robin. It looks like a comic book movie. Superman suit, Batman suit. Nixon elected for third term. Term limits repealed. Vigilante. They just told you, like, those 3 TVs tell you the main things you need to know right now. There's a vigilante law and stuff. The Chinaman. China! Watchmen, I think, is the best comic book movie after The Dark Knight and Batman Begins. I agree. I agree. I agree. And this fucking zoom in shot out of the fucking pen all the way up the sky. And you see Rorschach right there. The end is nigh. Straight from the book. In the book, they do this. This is a whole page sequence you see on this book. He does a great job recreating actual shots in the book. I just think it's no one's going to be this true to a comic book ever again. Like it'll never happen. Like they took the book seriously. Had to have been thrown. Yeah, I always question that. It's like I think they say the same thing in the book. Rorschach's journal. Yeah, I agree. Chinaman. People do not want deep comic book movies like Watchmen. They just prefer brainless formula Marvel movies. Rorschach's journal. This is Rorschach's first lines. This is another cool thing Zack Snyder did. He took a bunch of like different Rorschach monologues that are in the book and he kind of combined them all together to make something that makes sense and easy to understand. Uh, in the book, like these monologues are a lot longer and it gives you a lot of like he talks about a lot of things you really don't need to know. And this is like a famous line from that book. And I'll whisper no. V for Vendetta is a great one too. Chinaman, yep. Fair. I have V for Vendetta. Maybe we'll watch V for Vendetta also another day. Smooth talkers. So great. Full of retarded children. Like I think that retarded children line comes a little later in the book, but I like that he uses it right here. Why do I get recommendations for geeks and gamers? What the fuck? I look at one video now, all I get is recommendations for it. The fucking dude talks about the same bullshit. Uh, you see, he has a picture of Silk Spectre's mama. Comedian still in love with Silk Spectre. That shot right there, that newspaper, that's another like mini story about comedian. Uh, it's a lot to explain. But like a lot of shit is very true to the mythos of these characters. Yeah, how do you not see the red button right away? It's a fucking red button. Oh god. I the fucking Zack Snyder has a great art style. He had the flickering lights and everything, made it way more dynamic than the actual book. The book he just opens it, it's there, you know? There's no like light flicker, there's no epic music, you know. The picture CGI. I know that from behind the scenes, which is funny that the picture is CGI and it looks fucking amazing. Somebody knows. I love that detail. That's also not in the book. You know? Yeah, it definitely could be worse hardboiled. It could be gave recommendations for Grace Randolph. Yeah. Yeah. Um, but when he said that line, what line was it? Somebody knows. He doesn't say that in the book. He doesn't say it out loud. He just says it in his head. I think that's a good detail to add to the movie. To somebody knows. It's almost like he's having a revelation. Men get sent to prison, dogs get put down. I think it's the line, Chinaman. Rorschach is my favorite comic book character after the Trinity. Oh, the Holy Trinity. Oh yes. Dun, dun. I like how that kind of made Rorschach look like he's almost like supernatural. Like they shot at him and they just missed all their shots. This picture's CGI. The zoomed in on the pit, it's all CGI. If you look at behind the scenes, there's a little green square in this picture frame. I think it looks great. You could probably pause it and read all these newspapers, and you'll get something. Good, most definitely can. He has a bunch of extra Under the Red Hood books because maybe it didn't sell as well. If no one loved Watchmen, he did something unique uh, and great. Yeah, I agree, Chinaman. I agree. Patrick Wilson's so goddamn good in this movie. Can we just say how fucking good Patrick Wilson is? It's like the best part of this movie. It's so fucking good. Ah, the mask law. They can't wear masks anymore, which doesn't make any sense for the Watchmen TV series because the police officers are wearing masks. What happened to the law? They have to explain a lot of shit with that HBO show that's coming out. I don't think they will. Daddy boy. He really likes owls. Those owl clocks on the wall. Rorschach. It's just like the Sasquatch footage. He looks over his shoulder. It came true. By the way, this is water. No, I'm just kidding. It's straight vodka. No, it's not. You got a hot date? You know what the this staircase reminds me of Batman Begins. Commissioner Gordon's like house, his apartment. Those stairs that lead up to it. But this is another shot that's pulled straight from the book. I mean, I could just do that this whole fucking movie and just keep telling you every shot that's pulled from the book. This is another one, like we're about to get to another one. Um, this is another one. I mean, they stayed so true. It's unbelievable. And people have the gall to say that he didn't do a good job adapting this. It's fucking ridiculous. I like this moment with the door because Rorschach already busted in. He's already waiting at the table, and you get this amazing shot from the book, the silhouette of him opening the door, and it's. I remember watching that for the first time, and being like scared that something like was going to happen to this guy. But he's a superhero, so naturally he walks in. Great job, uh, Chinaman. I expect good things from the HBO Watchmen. I like different takes on the story. It's not a different take. It's a completely new story. It has like nothing to do with Watchmen, which is interesting. I don't know if they're like going for the spiritual successor type thing, but fine like this. He's eating the beans. And he has his journal. He puts his journal in his coat. He was writing in it at the table. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Is that bean juice? Human bean juice. Human bean juice. So good. And this is an actual director's cut shot where they opened door to the actual, owl cave, I guess you could say. Chinaman, thoughts on the upcoming Joker movie? It's gonna be good. Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best living actors. It's going to be really good. I don't, I'm seeing it day one. So I was picking off costume heroes. Is that what I say about me? I'm paranoid. Dude, why can't they make that Rorschach mask? Someone's had to have made a mask like that. Yeah, Dan does have more confidence in this in the book. In the book, he's really like almost pathetic. But he still has that in this movie. There's a part where he can't get it up, where he's with Silk Spectre. Um, so he still has issues with that stuff. He's not fully confident in himself because he's not himself. He feels like himself when he's in the costume. He doesn't feel normal. Rorschach's right about him. You're hiding in plain sight. What a great line. Jackie Earl Haley, the guy who plays Rorschach, fucking amazing performance. He should have got an Oscar for this. He has a much better Batman voice than Christian Bale, right? What happened? You quit. That was always a good line too. Soundtrack of this movie is fantastic. Like you can see, Dan is kind of like overweight. Is like his guts pushing out a little bit. He looks tired. It's great. Yes, Cosin. He was born to play Rorschach for sure. Why is one death matter against so many? I will not compromise. He keeps that up the whole movie. Oh, here we go. Here's the ultimate cut. So little time. And now we get the first shot of the Black Freighter. Now, of course, in the book, it's a little not as jarring because they lead you into it. In this ultimate cut, they just show you this animated sequence, and you kind of really don't put it together at first. But it's really just trying to tell you the character's inner feelings, you know, as they're going through the events that are happening in the story. It's very Muhammad. Hi man, what's up? Can you give me the runtime of this cut? The ultimate cut's 3 hours and 35 minutes long. We're at the 25-minute mark. Chinaman, I don't understand the hate towards Watchmen from stupid critics. Dude, it's not just critics that hate this movie. It's totally unnecessary hate, but it's fucking like people who say they're Watchmen fans that hate this fucking movie. I don't understand because this movie's so goddamn accurate. It's so goddamn true to those books. Like, how can you read the book and say they did something wrong with this movie? It's insane. Nice, Mohammed. Yeah, join us. We're not that far in. We're at the first Black Freighter sequence. And I think they made this after the movie came out too. I'm not sure. And then and we get these little new scenes that are in the director's cut of this kid reading the book, and it builds up their relationship more. So when we get to the end and they fucking blow up, you actually feel a little bit more for them because you got used to them throughout the movie, and then all of a sudden they get blown the fuck up. And there's Rorschach. Now we're back in the director's cut. Rorschach reads Republican newspapers. I think that's great. Oh yeah, I mean, let's pray this doesn't get a remake, man. Oh yeah, Muhammad, I read that. I'll fucking probably make a video about that. It's probably true. Like it's the most realistic article I've read. I mean, think about it. There's probably less than 1,000,000 of us that want the Snyder cut. That versus 100 million people that watch the Justice League movie. We're less than 1%. Or less than 1% of the audience. Just like the people signing the petition for the Game of Thrones thing, they are 1% of the audience. Cryptic V, what's up, Cryptic? I subscribe to the New Frontiersman like Breitbart, but with pro superhero articles. Yeah, that's essentially what the New Frontiersman is. It is Breitbart. Yeah, might as well. I like how you can see the Twin Towers in the background. Lets you know we're in the '80s and stuff. Fear of not having enough. Oh, I love that turn he does. Oh yeah, if WB listened to fans, we would have had the Snyder Cut by now. Kyle Harkins, what's up, man? Welcome to the thing. Yeah, Muhammad, but how much more? You know what I'm saying? It's not millions. It's not. It's not millions of people. I mean, there's gotta be some analytics somewhere that can prove that. Find it. Doomsday Clock, 5 minutes to midnight. I love Andrew Veidt. I think they did a great job casting this film. Like fucking the guy who plays Osmond Days is great. And I can't even think of another movie he was in. Like, has he been in a movie recently? Like he's actually friends with Dan. He drops like his persona around him. Yeah, hard boil. That's the plan. Kill every living thing on Earth. I have not seen the Batwoman trailer. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Batwoman's a character I've never liked. Never liked. Very forced character. Like she doesn't even like have any connection to the Bat family. She's just some random lady who puts on a Bat costume in Gotham. Like she. I mean, Batman doesn't train her. It's weird. Bad taste in mouth. He called Dan a flabbing failure living in his basement. Like Rorschach's pretty fucking harsh. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his only friend, and that's what he thinks of him. Matthew Goody. He's a leap year. Um, Sadly, the movie didn't get much money. The box office proved that casual moviegoers don't like deep, meaningful movies. Yeah, man. You're talking about Watchmen, right, Chinaman? Yeah, man. This movie bombed. This movie bombed hard, and they released 3 different cuts of it. So, whatever. Impossible homosexual, most sophisticated. Apparently, Snoop Dogg said he fell asleep during Watchmen. I guess it was too deep for him. Oh my god. Well, Snoop Dogg's high as fuck all the time now. You can't blame him for falling asleep. I mean, come on. You're smoking mad blunts like that every day, you're gonna fall asleep at some point. People say like she's the weakest link in the movie, and I mean, I would agree with it only because the rest of the cast is that good. You know, like I don't think she does a bad job in this film. I just think everybody's that much better that they kind of make her look bad, but she's still good, still passable. Made much money. I think you gotta look at that again. I think it's like 100 million it made, right? Something like that. Wow, for Director's Cut was your first Blu-ray. That's pretty awesome. I don't know what you're referring to, Muhammad. Um, you're a Batwoman? I don't think she did, dude. Oh my god, and I forget the guy who plays Doctor Manhattan. He was in Justice League. Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer for it, so I can't tell you what they did to it. But yeah, Batwoman is a woman, a lesbian woman, a lesbian. Till I had my say. I love he has a frowny face on his fucking Rorschach mask. Billy Crudup. There you go. What's up, Star Wars fan? Thanks for joining. Yeah, Billy Crudup. Thanks, Cryptic. See, Rorschach, I mean, Dr. Manhattan already knows what's going to happen. Like, he knows the future and, past, except for this one event, which is the bombs going off, and he can't see it because it involves his own powers. So it kind of makes sense. Like, one time, she had sex with a guy that raped her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy was about to rape her, and she's like, I kind of like him anyway. She went back to have sex with him. Like, this fucking story is fucked up. Favorite character from Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan? Which one? I can't. Like, he knows, like, she's gonna cheat on him. He sees everything. Kyle, you watching it right now, Kyle? Because that's what we're doing right now. You're about to get spoiled on this whole goddamn movie. Yeah, we get a great soundtrack. Yeah, I saw it. Oz, oh god, I say that. Shiri? Shiri? Yeah, I saw that reference. Who watches The Watchmen? I think it was written in like Italian or something like that, or Spanish, something like that. And The End Is Nigh, which was also in BVS. There's a bunch of different Watchmen references. Did you see the Watchmen reference in Man of Steel when the World Engine is fucking up Metropolis? There's Rorschach again. You won't see him unless you're looking for it. Rorschach was walking past the goddamn restaurant. Oh my god. But yeah, in Man of Steel, if you look at like one of the walls in the alley, you'll see who watches the Watchmen written on the walls. Um, you have to go pause it. Rorschach driving down an elevator shaft. I thought that line was hysterical when I first heard it. Like, yeah, I think Sucker Punch has a extended cut. Yeah, I'll do that. I like that movie. I think that movie's fine. You know, It's fucking like too high or something. It's like it doesn't want to move. Why do we do He's into Jeremy trash Batwoman just in case Star Wars and Marvel die out. DC. What do you think he constantly makes videos about? Jeremy, SJW Agenda. Oh, Jeremy from Geeks of Garrett. I was like, who the fuck's Jeremy? Like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, yeah, man. I've seen a couple of his videos. It's like he's talks about the same shit. I mean, yeah, SJW agenda and all that, but personally, I don't think I've met like an SJW in actual like real life when you go outside and you talk to actual people. People aren't like that, you know. They keep their politics to themselves. I see like 99% of people that you interact with, they don't get into politics and shit. I feel like it's just that internet thing. It's just me. I think this is the end of book one in Watchmen. Their date on top of the rooftop. I mean, if you read the book, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you haven't read the book, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. The comedian's dead. I think that's like the last line of like the first or second book, and then we get some awesome. What was it Paul Simon, Simon and Garfunkel, something. While I was sleeping. Look at that shot! It fucking pulled back from the statue all the way through the fucking cemetery arch, which is an impossible thing to do. And it had to have been CGI, but it looks so seamless. Love it. I love it. Maybe more. Great soundtrack. And there's Rorschach again. We've seen him multiple times in the movie already with that sign. And I swear to God, the first time I saw the movie, I didn't notice him at all. You know, like I wasn't looking. But like Dan has to know that's Rorschach. Like they're just like this is just some homeless guy that's following us around. That's the same height as Rorschach. You know, I think somebody has to realize it. But that's also the point of Watchmen. It's like you get to like who watches the Watchmen is us. And like, are you watching the Watchmen because they're in every shot of the movie, or like most of the shots of the movie? You can find a Watchmen character. I think in every shot of the movie, there's a Watchmen character. Kyle, you should watch the director's cut. If you haven't read the book, if you've read the book, watch the ultimate cut because that's the best. I like being followed even less. Yeah, I think Dan knows Hardboil. Yeah, I think that line kind of does show. Do you want a Bible? This is some graphic shit right here. then Kyle watch the director's cut, and then read the book, then watch the ultimate cut. Andrew is playing through the Watchmen video game right now. Wow, I remember that game. That's an old game. The one from like 2009 or something, like an old Watchmen game. Looks like Kyle has some homework to do. You're welcome, Kyle. A little bit darker. Dude, this dude tried to rape her, and she's just like, "Oh, he's kinda dreamy." Like, Jesus Christ. And I love the way all the costumes look the same from the book. At least all the Minutemen costumes do. I think that looks great. You see, like, Owlman was talking to the lesbian, Minuteman character, I forget her name. Um, maybe he was, like, trying to come on to her right there, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, hard boil. Agreed. Agreed. Like, goddamn. You should've locked the door, you know what I'm saying? Like, you knew I was changing. Oh my god. Now we can get the rape scene, the most awkward scene to watch with your parents, I would say. No, spelled N-O. This is Thomas Wayne right here. Okay. And now he's gonna punch back. You know what I'm saying? I love how realistic Zack Snyder made this, you know? Like, there's no music, and it's fucking, like, brutal. And I think feminists were all, like, mad about this scene, but it's very realistic. That's what a guy could do to a female, like, beat the hell out of them. Yeah, hard boil. It shows us all these, sexual positions she's in, but it's disturbing. It's disturbing at the end of the day. Is this what gets you off? But she ends up falling in love with the comedian after this. It's kinda like that's what the miracle is, and that's what it is in the book too. So they capture that perfectly. Da-da. I fucking love this sequence in the movie when we see the comedian in the past from every, perspective, you know, from every character. Oh, yeah, Kyle. You gotta give it a shot. It's a deconstruction of superheroes. And, yeah, DC bought Watchmen, so, yeah. The Watchmen is DC. Dun, 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 dun. You'll see the DC logo pop up when the movie starts. Dun, 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 dun. Vietnam, just mowing down them, you know? Like, it really gets you thinking about, like this is superheroes just blowing up, like, people. Like, these Vietnamese are, like, no threat to Dr. Manhattan, and he's just blowing them up. There's something odd about that. James, yeah, we haven't got to that part yet, James. Oh, yeah, I think people would have been hating on this movie even more because it doesn't show superheroes in a good light at all. It shows them in a very like real setting. Shows them making you know, bad moral decisions that our own government makes. You know, our own military does the same shit. You know, and now the superheroes are being used in the military. I don't think people like to think about this type of stuff anyway. You know. Oh no, Kyle. Oh no. And here's another scene straight from the book. Yeah, Red. That was another one. That's another good movie. We should watch Red. Have you seen The Losers? I like The Losers. I don't know if anybody else liked that movie, but I like that. That's a good question, Hardboil. But comedians making a point that Dr. Manhattan didn't care either way. You know, he didn't care about the pregnant woman after all. You know, he said stop, but if he really wanted it to stop, he could have turned the bullet into powder. Yeah, Cryptic Losers was good. Forever cuts the shit out of him. And he overreacts. A little bit of an overreaction, I would say. I probably wouldn't shoot pregnantly. But this is like Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan sees the future. He sees the present at the same time. He knows what's going to happen and he lets it happen. So he doesn't really care. And that's what comedians making the point of. He's drifting out of touch, Doc. Drifting out of touch. I love the particle effects around Dr. Manhattan. It's like you see the dust floating around him. I think that shit's awesome. Uh, but yeah, comedian just proved that Dr. Manhattan is completely desensitized to death. He has no, he doesn't really care about life that much. And you could already put that together because Dr. Manhattan is fucking blowing up Vietnamese like soldiers like nothing. Um, like, come on. She's like 16 and Dan is smiling at her. I think that's kind of odd. Yeah, yeah, Chinaman. He doesn't care about humans. It's not that he doesn't care, but that he's like completely indifferent. You know, he's totally disconnected. Kind of like a serial killer, you know. It's like that. It's how those people operate. Comedian is, he sees it all as a joke because, like, he already sees where this is all going. Like, no, this is gonna work. No, this is gonna change anything. A superhero team ain't gonna change anything. You can't save the world. People will always find a way to destroy each other. Smartest man is Cinder. There's a room full of morons that think they're small enough for you to handle. That's a fucking deep line. Justice. I love how Rorschach is obsessed with justice, just like Batman is. Like Night Owl and Rorschach make like combine them, they make Batman really. But like he thinks justice is the end all be all, and Rorschach stays true to that. Throughout the whole movie up until his death, he's completely true to that. Cryptic says you could tell the comedian Dr. Manhattan can't see eye to eye on some things. Yeah, they can't or they can't. I don't know if you meant to. Lightning Hood says he gained superpowers, but also lost his interest in mankind. Yeah, agreed. Um, and that's the sad reality of life. True. People become disenfranchised. There's a burning Superman right there. I thought was pretty interesting. It's like the same Superman as BVS that they're burning on a stick, you know? No more vigilantes. Muhammad says some dudes of MCU fans say that Zack know of his flashbacks in the past on movies, so was confused to him. I mentioned Man of Steel. I don't believe that. What? I don't understand that. Because he mentioned Watchmen and Man of Steel, that's why the movie's underperformed? No, man. Nobody even noticed those Easter eggs except for fans. And I think that's Guy Pearce right there. I could be mistaken. That looked a lot like Guy Pearce. I don't know if he sneaked his way onto the set of this movie. Chinaman, I've seen a lot of MCU fans that are teenagers. like they watched Iron Man when they were like 7 and 8. I watched the prequels, the Star Wars prequels, when I was 7 and 8, and I thought they were fucking amazing. So, you know, young and dumb and full of cum, guys. Young and dumb, full of cum. Yeah, Hardboiled. I would say, yeah, yeah. Rorschach is definitely aware of his immorality. But Rorschach doesn't do anything to stop it. Like, Rorschach might feel that, but he's not doing anything to stop it, you know? Because I think in a way, Rorschach does agree with comedian. Um, I think everybody does agree with the comedian on a lot of levels. They just don't agree with the way he's approaching, you know, these issues with morality and stuff like that. Only protection from themselves. We're getting to that part where he talks about the American dream. Yeah, chime in. I think, or let's say the American dream first. It came true. You're looking at it. Hey, look at the back. It says our 51st state, which is Vietnam. Uh, Somebody was breaking down the Watchmen HBO teaser, and you see a flag with 51 stars on it, and the people breaking it down didn't know what that meant. Like, it's clearly a reference to Vietnam. Vietnam's the 51st state. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it just shows like a lot of people don't really read into this shit. And it's like I don't even know, Chinaman, if these movies are too smart for people. I don't think they're too smart. I think they're fucking. They take their time. I don't think people like that. Take the time to tell a story. They're very. This is very self serious. Like it's taking the world like it's actually real. Like these characters, are living with consequences and stuff. And I don't think people like that. People don't like seeing the consequences of the superheroes' actions, even if they're good or bad. Like you can't control what the fucking outcome of shit's gonna be. I like that I forget the villain's name. Moloch. Moloch. I love that he lives next to a porn theater. I think that's funny. A lightning hood. I'm a teenager. I know the flaws of this. Well, good on you. Good on you. You've made it. Yeah, I still like I like Revenge of the Sith, Hard Boil. We should do a watch party of those Star Wars movies. We'll start with the old movies, and then we'll do the prequels, and then we'll watch The Last Jedi. Jesus. Yeah, Moloch. This guy was in Dawn of the Dead, by the way. He's the guy they have to shoot in the head. Great actor. Great actor. Fucking fly. Where'd that dog go? My dog's in here somewhere. Oh, he's laying in my laundry. Uh, oh, do Harry Potter movies? Yeah, I got all of them. We could do that. I hate the second to last one. What is it called? Deathly Hollows Part 1. I hate that one. That one. Deathly Hollows Part 1, that's a rough one to get through. I I did not like that movie at all. Very, very slow. Very, very slow. Yeah, cryptic. Yeah, I like the Marvel films that Fox makes too. That's probably gonna change since Disney bought Fox. Dark Phoenix is probably gonna be the last like Fox genuine X-Men film. So it's all a fucking joke. I love to see with comedian crying in Moloch's bed. It's in the book. He's realizing that they're planning on like killing half the population of the earth. It's shocking. He's realizing all the fucking horrible shit he did. Fucking war. That's always the excuse, right? Names on the list. Oh yeah, Kyle. You thought it was just all right, and how did people fucking react to that opinion? What? You thought it was just all right? You thought it was just okay? uh, comedian knows Ozzy's plan. That's why Ozymandias goes to kill him at the beginning of the movie. He was in on it. Comedian was probably in on it. Cryptic. I love Prisoner of Azkaban. That shit. That's the best Harry Potter movie. One of my faves. It's illegal. Kyle, don't ever expect someone to respect it. Don't ever expect to get respected. Never works out. For me, Civil War, it's no masterpiece, but it's meh, dude. I can't even watch those movies. We're watching Watchmen right now. You see some titty right there? We're at that part where the prostitute's trying to get Rorschach. She calls him a homo. Uh, they built this whole set in the background right here. There's a swastika right there on this, and the Mickey Mouse ears on Nixon. I think that's funny too. Respect this compared to Revenge of the Idiot plot. Last Jedi is a masterpiece. Oh man, I think Revenge of the Sith is much better than the original trilogy. Eat it. Only our enemies leave roses. Violent lives ending violently. All this is beautiful shit. This is the end of another book too. This whole monologue. Heresy, destroy him. Or, a joke. I heard joke once. Man goes to doctor. That's a CG water right there. Pagliacci is a town. Go see him. Edward Morgan Blake. Yeah, right? Right? His yeah. Roll on snare drum. Curtains. And now we're back at the ultimate cut. We see Hollis Mason getting a Time magazine with Dr. Manhattan and Ozymandias on it. And now we're gonna this is an awesome transition. The kid's reading the book and it goes right to the panel, into the panel, and now you're into the story. I That's probably one of the best transitions they had. Zack Snyder obviously had planned on doing something like this for the original release. Because why else would he shoot these transition shots? Like he obviously planned to have these animated sequences in here, but they weren't able to get it into the final film until afterwards. Yeah, yeah, Kyle, I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I actually wish people didn't were so quick to fucking bash the Phantom Menace because George Lucas kind of confirmed that Jar Jar Binks was going to be the Sith. He was going to be the Count Dooku of Attack of the Clones. So there wasn't going to be a Count Dooku. It was just going to be Jar Jar Binks becoming a Sith Lord, and it's because people hated him so much in the first movie, they decided not to do that. So fans are great, aren't they? You gotta love fans. Could have had Darth Jar Jar Binks. Didn't happen. One of my crew. Birds eating his thoughts and memories. This guy's already losing his mind with all these dead crew members around. I wish I could take my eyes, spare me future horrors. I think that's a reference to Dr. Manhattan because he could see everything. Uh, you know, he's about to see the horrors that are going to happen at the end of the movie um, that he can't see right now. You love Count Dooku. We'll watch those movies one day. You were the chosen one. Please don't be upset. I think a chick would probably like that. Two dudes at the same time. Like he could become multiple dudes. He could probably like change the size of his member and everything like that, right? You dig Jar Jar. You're hardball. You're all over the place. You are all over the place. Are you working in here? Yeah. Why can't he work? Why can't he do both? He can do both. He's just supposed to like focus on you the whole time. She is taking this much too personally. Much too personally. God, I am prepared to discuss it. Kids, all the Star Wars movies are kids' movies. They all are. I think George Lucas even said that, didn't he? He said they're all kids' movies. Even Harry Potter's like kids' movie. MCU movies, kids' movies. It's kids' movies everywhere. And this is all people could think about is a blue cock. That's it. But this music's so good. We're about to get to the Rorschach moment. Don't worry, John. She'll come back. And then John goes, "No, she won't." He already because he can already see it. I fucking love that. The universe is in his eyes. They did a great job. Billy Crudup killed it. We're about to see Dr. Manhattan lose his mind, lose his cool in like 5-10 minutes here. Wow, the show where Dr. Manhattan loses his cool is brought to you by Veidt Industries. Adrian Veidt is producing the show that will cause Dr. Manhattan to totally leave planet. Lightning Hood, Rorschach, probably one of my favorite characters in this movie. Which one is yours? Mm, I like Dan a lot. I like Dan. You know why I like Dan so much is because it really feels like um he's one of us. Like he's like the audience member in the movie, and he has a very human moment coming up too, where he can't get it up with her, and I fucking love that. I think it's hysterical. I said, leave me alone. There's that Watchmen picture from the Minutemen picture, just in the foreground of that last shot. I like we get her voiceover as we're seeing, you know, Doctor Manhattan. That's a good little trick. He, they didn't explore him that much, Kyle Count Dooku. They didn't explore him that much because I don't think they were planning on using him as much as they did. Like he was really just made on the spot for that second movie. He was not in the original plan. This is a great shot right here. Oh, he's still holding on to the picture of his first girlfriend. Oh, oh my God! His DNA, a little picture over there. Oh my lord! I love the music of that shot where like he's getting ready to teleport. Is that dark enough? You get the foreshadowing. And here's fucking Rorschach again. The end is nigh. Kids read the Black Freighter. There's Seymour. We'll see Seymour at the end of the movie. The end is nigh. Like Dan looks back at Rorschach like he recognizes him. Like I really think Dan knows. He has to. And this is like, you know, the way they beat up these goons is so fucking visually horrific that I think it's a great choice because it really shows like if these superheroes if these guys actually were to beat you up, like your bones would be all fucked up. You have bones sticking out of your arms, you couldn't walk. I think it's just a really actual like realistic take on it. The knob knots is what this game is called too. Yeah, pretty pure Mortal Kombat fatality. Yeah, about to see a lot of that. And they're beating up the goons as they're talking about the potential threat that Doctor Manhattan is. Which is interesting. Or no, well, they're kind of seeing like how um unfeeling he is. Hey Matthew from the comic movie marks. Look at that hair. You know what I'm saying? I got the knob knock going. We're watching Watchmen. Oh, fucking bone right at the arm. It gets me every time. Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. He's not omniscient. He died of cancer. Must investigate further. I'm Uncle. Short dog. She stabs him right in the neck. A live human body and deceased human body have the same number of particles. Structurally, there's no difference. As they're killing, like the other heroes are killing these goons. This is like one of my favorite parts of the film. I think I cried the first time I saw this shit. Jenny. No. Face to face. The music and just the way they build this up. Star Wars fan message redacted. Mhm. I think it's much more impactful than the book, honestly. But that's the advantage of a film. You get excellent music, you get good acting. God damn you! But we all know, that Doctor Manhattan didn't really give these people cancer. It's Ozymandias giving them cancer. And leave me alone. Sir, leave me alone. I fucking love it. I wonder where he teleported them. Like probably just outside, but I think that's just such a powerful moment. Like he's officially lost his cool. He's officially lost his shit. Jesus. But you see, she's real turned on because they like inflicting pain on people. It's real fucked up. It's real fucked up. And it kind of speaks to superheroes. Like, do they like hurting people? Is that why Batman beats up so many goons? Is there a part of Batman that likes beating up goons? I mean, I think that's a uh, that's definitely something to look into. I mean, if you're beating up people every night, there's got to be a part of you that kind of likes it. I'm just gonna ask you who you want to direct Man of Steel 2 if it's Snyder doesn't come back, but I figure this was Watchmen straight, so what the hell am I talking about Superman? Yes, Star Wars fan. But yeah, I would have to think about that. I'll get back to that later. The Warrior family. I'm pretty big fan of the book though. It was one of the first comic books I read, so the book is pretty special to me. but the film does things differently and brilliantly. It feels more current. Yeah, they definitely updated the book in some good ways, especially the ending for sure. If they're bad guys, who wouldn't want to beat them up? I don't know. Like bad is subjective, right? Is there good and bad? I mean, to ISIS, we're the bad guys. You know what I'm saying? What Bronco? The dog's looking at me. We're in another anime sequence. We're gonna see the Rorschach, you know, ink blob on the sheet. Give me George Miller to do Superman. There you go. George Miller, Man of Steel 2. Make it happen. Okay, just watching the movie right now. Just watching. Yeah, this guy who in this Black Freighter sequence, this captain, he loves his crew, and he uses like their bodies as a way to make the raft float. And he's like cutting off their limbs. He's trying to get them all nicely tucked into the boat and stuff. It's kind of messed up on the bodies of murdered men. I think he's gonna get attacked by the sharks right now, or he's gonna have a hallucination. I don't know if it's gonna happen right now, but he's got the Rorschach ink blob as his sails. So that's kind of like an indicator that we're like in Rorschach's head right now, or at least you know. I actually think this whole Black Freighter thing is just about Rorschach. It could be about the other characters, but I think it's mainly about Rorschach's, like what he's dealing with and how he's thinking. We all know Rorschach is a little bit crazy, so Kal-El joined. I'm late. I'm doing good. Yes, we are. How far are we? We're an hour 20 into the movie. It's the ultimate cut. Jacob Sales. He's a little late too. Hour 20 in the movie of this 3 hour and 35 minute. We still got a full movie ahead of us. That's Gerard Butler doing the voice acting of this dude too. And now we're back in another transition shot that's not in the director's cut. He's gone. He's gone. This guy yelling, he's gone. He's left us. And I think yeah, the tragic twist at the end of the Black Freighter story. Might have to let my dog out here in a second. Might start barking. Now we're on Mars with Doctor Manhattan. This is all I think. Was it book? Is it book 7 or 8? Is the Doctor Manhattan book where he's like walking through the desert and then he goes to Mars. Yeah, Watchmen's definitely a national treasure, guys. National treasure. It's in the Smithsonian. Should be. Janie. I think this works better than the book. Or at least Zack Snyder streamlined it. Like there's in the book there's this whole thing with the watch and this fat guy steps on the watch and it all has to do with how his father made him make these watches when he was a kid. But in the movie, Zack Snyder kind of drops that. We still do see the dad, forcing him to make the watch. Uh, but it's played a little bit differently. He kind of just has it focused on his life before it becomes Doctor Manhattan. Doesn't distract you with little details like this the guy who stepped on his watch at the exact time he becomes Doctor Manhattan. Yeah, Star Wars fans, exactly. Yeah, yeah, Weir family. Was that is that Wayfarer family? Am I say that right? For me, Black Freighter reflects all the characters' actions and positions and parallels in the main story. So grim. Yeah, I think it does too. Program's locked in. I think this is played better too. Like his reaction, where he's like, "Jenny, don't leave me." That was fucking beautiful. Alan Moore never watched this movie. Jacob. He's upset, but he's always upset. He didn't like V for Vendetta either, and he didn't watch it. Don't leave me. I fucking love that. Wayfarer here. Wayfarer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alan Moore. Yeah, he doesn't watch these movies because he doesn't think they should be movies. He made them to be comics. He actually he actually told Warner Brothers to not put his name on this movie. Of course, Dave Gibbons didn't have a problem because Dave Gibbons actually likes this movie. Dave Gibbons, the artist for Watchmen, he has a commentary track for this Ultimate Cut, and he fucking loves it. It's a great. If you have a chance to listen to that, it's awesome. He's loving the movie the whole way through. Alan Moore is a weird guy. He's taking a lot of drugs. He's taking a lot of drugs. Now we get to dad making the watch. In the book, the dad throws the pieces like of the watch out the window because he finds out the news that they've made an atomic bomb. So he's like, "There's going to be no point in watchmaking anymore. You better learn how to make a nuclear bomb because that's where the future is. You better get some education." And wow, it's just amazing shot. I'm getting like confused because amazing shots happening right now. That's such a good shot. In the book, they didn't frame it. The snapshot is actually put into a bar, and that's where Doctor Manhattan gets it. But it's just like little shit like that does not matter. Like I'm happy Zack Snyder changed it. Like it doesn't matter that the picture is on a shelf or in a bar. It really doesn't matter. I think all the changes are so insignificant and don't do anything to change the movie. I think he made all the right decisions, honestly. Ha ha ha! Fucking love this movie. Ha ha! Ball. Is that you? I think that's probably like the worst acting in the movie where she's like, "Is that you?" I think that's I don't like that at all. I don't like that actress at all. But anyway, the Superman exists and he is American. Yeah, I wonder if we'll ever get a Doctor Manhattan conversation with Lex Luthor Callow. That'll never happen. It's going fast, huh? I love how Snyder takes creative license. He too is a mad genius. Following the beats he feels are important. Exactly right. Wayfarer family, fairer, Wayfarer family. I'm gonna get it right one day. Doomsday Clock. Yeah, that is the story where those Doctor Manhattan comes into the DC universe. I haven't read Doomsday Clock yet. Blanina Nunez. Oh, I fucked that. I butchered that name. What's up? What's up? I butchered Nunez. Fuck that. They think he's a god. Yeah, yeah, Jacob. I honestly think the ending is better in the movie than the book. I don't get the giant squid in the book. Like I really don't. I've read the book a few times. Like they have little like hints for a squid, but it's just like it just seems way too comic booky. Like why have a giant squid when you could easily just blow up the fucking cities? And it's the same exact point getting across. They have to fear Doctor Manhattan. The world has to unite to fight Doctor Manhattan. That's the whole point, right? The world has to fight against an opposing force, an alien force, which is what the squid is. But instead, in the Watchmen movie, they make Doctor Manhattan the alien force. I think it's better. It makes it more personal for the characters, I guess you could say. And there's actually a squid reference in this movie, so that's cool. Kal-El. Anybody rewatch the Snyder catalog quickly realize he's been on the path to Superman. The moment Leonidas steps away from Xerxes, advances, he is wearing a red cape. Oh yeah, man. You watch Dawn of the Dead? There's literally a store in Dawn of the Dead called Metropolis. So yeah. Zack Snyder's always wanted to direct a Superman movie, probably. But just me chasing jailbait. It is because you're getting older. This is just a wonderfully written movie. Even though it's adapting, you know, a book, you still gotta have it paced out right. It still has to make sense. And they cut shit out and it still makes sense. And it sounds good. It sounds good. Down, down. Fucking music's epic right here. It's classic you know, cross sitting position. What do we call it? Perhaps nothing is made. A clock without a craftsman. Always will be. Too late. So I got chills right there when he said too late. Right? That's how fucking good that shit is. What? Oh, and I love the way this room looks like the woods, you know? Like she's a babe in the woods. It's, reminds me of Lois staring up into the abyss at the end of BBS. And she can flashback to comedian right now. Yeah. She's attracted to the comedian. Isn't that fucked up? Nunez, yeah, Brightburn looks like a direct ripoff. I don't know how they're not getting sued by, DC Comics right now. Like they literally took Superman's origin and just made him bad. It's fucking identical. I don't know how they don't get sued. No depths. Yeah, I'll probably watch Brightburn. He was about to say an old friend's. He was about to say his daughter. Can't talk to his daughter. And there's the guy from Man of Steel. Yeah, Kyle. I'm looking. I'm interested to see it. If it is a direct ripoff. Oh, coach, get this shit off the screen. Oh yeah, yeah, Cal. I'll watch that happen, dude. That'd be funny as fuck. Get this shit off the screen. And I like how the war room looks like Doctor Strangelove. I don't think it's like that in the book. I think it looks a little different in the book. But obviously Zack Snyder's making a callback to Doctor Strangelove with this room. I think he even says that in the commentary too. So love me some Ultraman. Can't let these fuckers think we're weak. I mean, it's a decent Nixon impression. That nose is kind of weird though. I mean, like you guys ever see that Dan Aykroyd movie where he has like a dick on his nose the whole movie? Oh, I gotta remember the name of that movie. It is some weird ass movie. Doo-doo. Don't like the idea of bad Superman? Nobody does. That's why it's called Brightburn, and they're not calling him Superman. They're gonna call him something else. They're gonna call him Chad Dent. Just the Superman. Not so bad, all things considered. Just like nuclear radiation, covering the entire country. Not so bad. Yeah, the Injustice Superman's fucked up, isn't he? I was so fucked up when he killed Shazam. The higher authority, the mind. It's talking about Doctor Manhattan. That's funny. Okay. That's actually real. There is a smiley face on Mars. I think that's pretty dope. Damn. She just rocked his shit and threw him into a sink. Female empowerment right here in Watchmen. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Sucker Punch. Whole movie about female empowerment. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah. He's gonna kill this executive dude because he's giving him a hard time. Free, just another word for socialist. I love Ozzy's turn where he goes, "No, you listen." I love that. I think he's a great actor, Matthew Goody. Yeah, George Miller's a tough guy to get because he's not just going to make some bullshit. He's going to make a film he wants to make, and if it's not a film he wants to make, he's not going to do it. Alexander's great. Stops needed, and then he continues. uh, but the evils that beset them. Ozzy is the hero. He's trying to bring world peace. He's trying to end world conflict. Make humans one, fight against an exterior threat. No, you listen. The world will survive. He's an idealist. Yes, hard boil. Completely agree. Love Josh Whedon. Seems like all the old villains are dead. I find it interesting that he kills his assistant because the guy who comes through the elevator is about to just open fire, but he's not aiming at Ozzy, right? Like he's aiming at everybody else because he was hired by Ozzy. Oh. And the first person this guy shoots is the assistant. And I'm thinking, like, does she like know his plan? Is that why he killed her? Kind of like how Lex Luthor kills Mercy Graves because she knows his plan. He's trying to get rid of loose ends. And he also killed the other business dude that was giving him problems. And now he kills the dude that he hired. So Ozzy has everything figured out right now. And the guy works for Ozzy because he has a triangle on his hat. He has a purple triangle on his hat, and that's you'll notice like throughout this office building, there's purple triangles everywhere and shit. It's kind of like a way to show he's working for him. Like looking out the window. There, Dan is eating lunch with Silk Spectre, Lori. I'm just looking out the window the whole time because I know I'm going to see something. No, Ozymandias, I don't think he is using that. No, he's not using that rule. He's not worried that Dr. Manhattan is going to become tyrannical. Ozymandias is just obsessed with ending conflict. He's, uniting the world in a peace. That's what he's obsessed with doing right now. And to do that, if he can get the whole world to blame Dr. Manhattan, they'll all stop their wars and they'll join together to fight Dr. Manhattan, which it doesn't matter because Dr. Manhattan is off planet. He's never going to come back anyway. Deserted. My face. My face. Yeah, Star Wars fan. I wonder who's going to make that documentary. Go hit up the comic movie marks. That's a lot of work, dude. It's so much work to go through clips and go through all the research. Down attempted rape, mugging, both. Stallone fan, what's up? Yeah, it would make for an epic Vice documentary. Star Wars fan. Um, Lightning rod. Yeah, try fight the man that could turn me into dust just by pointing at me. Yeah, there's a fucking fly flying around. Top 5 films of all time, Lancer. Hmm. I think Lawrence of Arabia is number one. I think Watchmen has to be in the top 5. I think Silence of the Lambs has to be in the top 5. I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough decision. I watch a lot of movies. That's just American Psycho. That's one of my favorites. I love Christian Bale in that movie. Rorschach's about to get caught here. That scene in the it lasted longer too when he discovers Moloch's not alive. Yeah, Star Wars fan. You got to go through both movies, and you got to take each clip out of the movie. It's a long time. It's a lot of editing. I mean, fucking around. You got to go. You got to sit through the whole movie. Every time you see like a 3-second thing that looks the same, you got to take it out. It takes at least 4 hours to go through a 2-hour movie. There's actually somebody on YouTube that made a video comparing, like, it's like 25 reasons why Civil War is the same as BVS. It's pretty funny. 3. The police just broke in. Huh? Dude. Is a shot from the comics too where he torches them. Yeah, Rorschach has no problems beating up the cops. Pulp Fiction, Black Dahlia was a good film. I like that film a lot. Um, whatever happened to that actor? What was his name again? That was in that movie. He's like in nothing anymore. He was in 30 Days of Night. A couple other ones, The Faculty and shit. Shining in the rain. I mean, I think it's interesting you have Singing in the Rain and Magnificent Seven back to back. That's a very you have a very wide taste, hard boil. Like a little bit of everything. Very interesting. Have you seen It Happened One Night? Hard boil. Go watch that one if you haven't. It Happened One Night. I like that movie a lot. I think it's from like the 30s too or something. It's like an old movie. So you have seen it, yeah. I think it's probably one of the it's a very good romantic comedy. It's the one romantic comedy every film fucking has copied since. I should have intuition about these kind of things. Interaction between the Bernards. We're going back to the Black Freighter. This is a whole transition scene that's not, in the director's cut. John Wick is a good movie too. Yeah. I think the Black Freighter guy in this moment, this scene, he's talking in third person to himself, and he's hallucinating that this other dude's talking to him, but it's really himself talking to him, just like he has been doing the whole time. I mean, obviously it's a hallucination, but bad indeed. Leap Year with Matthew Goody, Amy Adams is essentially a loose remake of It Happened One Night. Nice. I will have to check out Leap Year. I've never seen it. The Black Freighter's already there. I mean, it's never really explained what the Black Freighter is. Like, yeah, it's pirate ship and a bunch of zombie pirates, but like, is that just another hallucination by this captain dude? Does the Black Freighter even exist? Maybe he was mad the whole time. Maybe he was crazy and he sunk his own ship or something like that. And he hallucinated there was this giant Black Freighter out. The fucking crabs coming out of his mouth. That's a good detail. And the fucking curtains opening. I don't think that shot is in the director's cut. The curtains opening. There's a bunch of little shots like that. It's not here. Lantern versus film god Donna Schneider. Dawn. Oh yeah, and I forget which book Ship to the Damned. It's all it's all metaphors for something else though. Like who are the damned? The superheroes, the you know citizens of Earth. Who is the damned ones? I think it's the superheroes. Probably. I don't know. I should have had that abortion. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, that's what they cut into this Stallone fan. They cut in that animated film into this movie. Matrix, BVS, Dark Knight, Cloud Atlas, Apocalypse Now, Redux. Important distinction. Blade Runner, Watchmen. Too hard, I guess. Yeah, I know. There's so many good movies. BVS and Dark Knight tops. Cloud Atlas is amazing too. Full Metal Jacket. We just go all day, just fucking naming movies. This is Eli Snyder beating up these kids right now, biting the cheek out of the dude. They changed a lot from the book of the sequence. Not this. That's identical to the book, but the whole psychiatrist. He has a whole subplot in the book where he's like getting more and more depressed, and his like relationship with his wife's falling apart because he keeps interviewing Rorschach, and Rorschach keeps fucking him up, and like the psychiatrist is the one who needs help after dealing with Rorschach. Passive Glory. Oh, what about Glory with Morgan Freeman? The Civil War movie. That's solid. Oh, if you haven't seen Waterloo, that's another war movie, and you got to see Napoleon war movie. That's a really good one. Bunch of real extras. I'll tell you about Rorschach. Like you do. Like it doesn't exist. The Town, yeah, Stallone fan. I thought you weren't gonna have a Rocky one in there for a second. Empire Strikes Matrix, Lethal Weapon, yeah. Oh, sophisticated kidnapping. There you can always see the leg. Oh, you can always see the dogs are like pulling on a leg. Anyone see Swiss Army Man? It sounds familiar. Uh, a Star Wars fan? I don't know, man. That's here, that's all speculation. Nobody was there. Nobody could tell. We'll probably find out like 10 years what really happened. That I found her. Yeah, that's a good line, hard boil. Stallone fan, Jeff Johns is bad because he supposedly he drove out Snyder because he didn't like the direction the movies were going. Even though Jeff Johns was a producer on Man of Steel and BVS, I guess he wanted more power, more control. At least that's what everyone's going with. Yeah, bark for daddy. I kind of like this drunk guy, even though he kind of killed a little girl and fed him to the dogs. Whoever this actor is, I think he's pretty funny. As dark as it gets. I like that. Because like he's not talking about the lighting, he's talking about the situation. It gets as dark as it gets. And now in the book, this is another change uh, that some Watchmen fans had a problem with because in the book he ties, he chased the dude up and he sets the building on fire. And he gives the guy an option to cut his hand off to get out of the fire, and the guy doesn't. Um, so I like this change a lot in the movie because it makes Rorschach like take responsibility for his actions. Like the whole point of the book's that Rorschach wanted him to die. That's why he gave him, you know, that impossible option. But in the movie, he fucking straight up kills the guy. You know, men get sent to prison, dogs get put down, and Jackie Earl Haley's fucking acting, where he's getting like more and more frustrated. He's like, "I would do that to you." It's fucking great. We are getting into an argument about Jeff Johns here, or we are talking about Jeff Johns a lot in the comment section. Jesus Christ. Do I need help? Take me in. Mm. Stabs right in the head. Men get arrested, dogs get put down. Fuck it. And the chunks. Oh my god, Zack Snyder's a legend. Oh my god. Can't get the information anywhere. No, it's only Rorschach. And also in the book, he talks about how a woman was being raped in like in the alley of this apartment complex, and no one helped her because no, everyone's like, "Oh, that's not my problem." And yeah, that's Rorschach definitely fed up with humanity. You got to take justice into your own hands because no one's going to give you the justice for you and all that shit. This is great when he just put the oil on the dude's face. Oh my god! What'd you say, big boy? Just takes out this dude. Ah! That's so fucked up. Ah! You're not locked in here with me. Or you're locked in here with me. I fucking fucked up that line. You're locked in here with me. Rorschach is Travis Binkley on steroids. What that means. Here's a Lori finding the owl. Um, and touching shit. Just gonna fucking touch shit. Is that a button? Ooh, I'll press that. The fuck's wrong with you? Charles Bronson died. The actor, not like the actual dude in England, right? What's his name? Charles Bronson. Get the fire extinguisher. Hello. They make a great team. Hi, Uncle. Archimedes, Merlin's pet owl. Dan's just some rich kid. Talk about heroes. Talk about Hollis was his hero. Dude, Dan, she's totally into you. Night Owl versus Ocean Master. That's a tough decision. Patrick Wilson's a legend. I think it's almost impossible to choose. Let's go with Night Owl. Me versus Thomas Wayne. I'll go with comedian because Thomas Wayne was only on screen for about 10 seconds. You can see me, right? I like the when Dan gets this like disappointed look on his face because she mentions Doctor Manhattan for a second. Like I love, dude. Patrick Wilson's a great actor. Are you kidding me? Fuck yeah. The French Connect. That was so funny when the Russo brothers said that. It's like the French Connection. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, we're at the scene where Dan can't get it up. Go. She needs that real cock. She's sick of blue cock. She needs the real one. Come on, Dan, don't fuck this up. And it said Captain Marvel was Godfather in Terminator 2. Yeah, I remember when they said that, Jacob. So fucking funny. So yeah, she needs to work a little harder, Kal-El. I think that's what the problem is. It's quite sudden for Dan. Stallone fan, yes. Thank you very much. Why does he feel the need to take off his watch? Because he's stalling for time, you know? I think a lot of subtle shit there. If you could just I think Zack Snyder captures the awkwardness so well. What's wrong? He needs more stimulation, Lori. Get down there. Oh hell. She's a sweetheart. If you did that with a girl, real life, she'd be like, "What the fuck? Are you fucking gay? Get the fuck out of my bed." She's a sweetheart. She ain't gonna do that, Dan. And we got Big Figure, Small World, Word on the Streets. And by streets, I mean a subreddit post. uh, Hardboil, you still on John's right now? You still on John? What Star Wars fans say? Hardboiled. Had a leaker, but it was Tall Order. Explode! What another great actor. Tall Order. Uh, yeah, Snyder was actually in Wonder Woman. He was one of the soldiers in one of the scenes. This classic shot from the books. They're coming together naked, and they reveal their real selves, which is the superhero identity. You know, and taking off their masks. I don't know how they did that, by the way. Like, actually, like, how the fuck did they? Was that CG? And the fucking nuke goes off because that was the fear in the '80s. Was the Cold War? It all could end in any second, and it stays on the screen. Dan wakes up just like in the book from the nightmare. He's all sweaty, and now we're in the Black Freighter. That was kind of a hard cut. I think Zack Snyder probably didn't have a transition right there, but gotta do this. There's sharks attacking the little raft. They do each other because they're both become beasts, so they knew each other. I think this Black Freighter stuff is really deep. Like, I mean, it's tough to actually understand what's happening. Like, I need like someone to explain to me sometimes. So infinite. So did you just say hard boil? Was that a reference to Dan? Was that David Ayer did? Did David Ayer write Training Day? Am I imagining that? I mean, it's beautifully animated. Gerard Butler's doing a great job voice acting. The guy's fallen into madness. He's seen too much horror. What's happening here? I'll be back in an hour. I see if Wayfair family, Wayfair. Um, no problem, man. Oh, Snyder's also in the Africa sequence, Kello says. I have to go back frame by frame. He opens the gates. I have to go back and see that shit, man. I gotta stop it. Father, help us. You know, I think the ship is a figment of his imagination. And like watching like these because the ship never attacks the town in the end. So he was wrong about that. So I'm wondering like the ship even exists. The end is nigh on the Gotham Boulevard. Yeah. Uh there's a couple different Easter eggs in that movie. Yeah, hard boil. Zack Snyder for Bioshock. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hard boiled lantern. In the ultimate cut after Rorschach clears his throat, and scares the mugger. Does the woman call out "Thank you, Rorschach"? No, I didn't hear that. But this isn't in the director's cut. This is the knob knots are bullying the guy reading the Black Freighter comic, and that's the transition out of the animated sequence. You read a comic book? Are you retarded? That used to, dude. That used to be an insult. Like, a lot of people still think that. A lot of people don't read comic books specifically for that reason. And switch controllers. This one's about to die. Paused it for just a second. All right, now we're playing. I had to pause it for a second. My controllers died. That's how shit the batteries are on these fucking controllers. Literally stopped it for like 3 seconds total. Ah, dropping shit. Doing some stupid Night Owl. In the Watchmen book, the Black Freighter is a franchise, and this is one story. The ship is waiting for him as he is damned by his sins. Yeah, but I'm saying like the ship itself is a figment of his imagination. Um, in this, and what we're seeing in this movie, you know, yeah, I know it's a comic. Yeah, dude, he's reading the comic book. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we are watching the ultimate cut, by the way. Where we at? We're at 2 minutes, 2 hours and 15 minutes in. Night Owl and Lori are in the ship. It's got the coffee maker in the back, which is an awesome detail because it has a coffee maker in the book, which is hysterical. Snyder's got a lot of kids. He adopts a lot of kids. He also has a few of his own blood. Dun, 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 dun. A hero having a heroic moment. Zack Snyder was made to make fucking comic book films. Oh yeah. This is why Zack Snyder was put on this earth right here. Dun. Burst through the ceiling. Epic superhero landing. It's like her big superhero action is that she's just helping people get out of a fiery building. That's the big superhero action. Is that Jesus? No, baby, it's not Jesus. That's a man. That's a man. And in the comics, Night Owl is flying the ship from on top of the thing. It just wow, that's a great shot right there. That slow motion turn with the fire coming up behind her. Classic. What Marvel character can Zach make a movie with? Boy, Punisher, man, get him on Punisher. Fuck it. World War III could start tomorrow. All right, now they can get it on. Now he feels comfortable. He's got his confidence back. He's got his mojo back. I've lost my mojo. Do do. I'm surprised he didn't go with the KD Lane version of Hallelujah. I like that version a little better. He goes with the original Hallelujah, which it's solid, solid Hallelujah, and she is fucking sexy as fuck. I mean, I'm surprised Zack Snyder never made a porno. I mean, I wonder if he has at some point. He just didn't use his real name because he fucking knows. He gets it. He fucking gets it. I want Henry Cavill, Superman, Amy Adams, Lois, make it out to Hallelujah, dude. If fucking audiences could handle it, like if they release this movie right now, this scene would get so much shit. Like, I can't believe they're doing this in an R-rated movie. It's ridiculous. And another awkward scene to watch with your parents, but yeah, Leonard Cohen kissing, yeah. He's got the he made the song though, right? I think so. Give him respects. KD Lane, I think, does it the best. Ooh, yeah. Hallelujah. The ejaculation of the fire. Hallelujah. Ooh. Ready to tear her up. And as like, they're fucking someone dies, I think it's a good contrast. This dude was set on fire for real. He was covered in that gel shit, and they set his ass on fire. That was real. This guy has a swastika tattoo on his head. That's interesting. What do you have? He tries to reach the dumbest thing you can do is just try to reach for Rorschach. breaks his thumbs. And Zack Snyder probably do great with Romeo and Juliet. No, sorry, bud. Jesus. They're just proving the point to Rorschach, you know? Jesus. 1-0. I haven't seen the Batwoman trailer. Yeah, make him a Nazi. Put that Nazi song. That's why I'm thinking, Zack Snyder, he definitely had that swastika on that Superman statue at BVS. Like there's something really you know, visceral about seeing a swastika. Never supposed to sewage with a toilet before. Obvious, really. Which he does later again. He disposes of a big figure with a toilet. Like this giant goon is just like walks into a fucking toilet seat, really. And electrocuted. And he dead. Obvious, really. Out of the way! Move it! His voice is funny. It's got little lungs. It's got a little voice. We want dog. A Batman shot right there. Future Batman shot right there. He's alive. And we're back at the psychiatrist. Where's my face? This one. Don't kill me! It's a great fucking movie. It's a great. About to get another cool action set piece. But that's the thing about this movie. The action scenes, these fighting scenes, they're not the point of the movie. It's kind of making fun of, superhero action scenes, you know? Don't because these scenes are in every like superhero film. Them beating up a bunch of goons. You'll see this in every superhero film. It's just like they're coming out of nowhere. They just keep coming, you know. I think yeah, there's something funny about it. Zack Snyder lethal weapon. Yeah. He's about to dispose Littlefinger with the toilet. And she punches a cop right here. Bam. Knocks him the fuck out. And Dan's like, what'd you do that for? But I think like Dan realizes like they have to. I like the door swinging. You see Littlefinger backing up. Like It's a little fucked up. And when you see the blood coming out from under the the door, like he just left it to your imagination as to what the fuck happened. I like that a lot. Did Zack Snyder say no to Green Lantern? I don't know. Yeah, that's fucking great. That's fucking great. The blood coming out from under the door. All you need is a nice pair of legs to motivate you. Rorschach was blaming her for not fucking Dr. Manhattan, for not fucking John. He's like, he picked a hell of a time to be unfaithful. That's funny. Owl is bulletproof. What are you gonna do? Stop shooting at it. It's bulletproof. Yeah. I'm sure Zack Snyder's gonna come back and do another DC film. Just like what the hell is it gonna be? I think Green Lantern would be fucking awesome. And then the hallelujah music starts playing again. They go out again. Yeah, Stallone fan. You didn't know that? Yeah, Green Lantern was supposed to be the first movie. That's why Amanda Waller's in it, and that's why she lives in the end. You're gonna try to convince me to say football. Uh, oh yeah, you got no choice. Doctor Manhattan. What are you gonna do? Look, she starts choking. She can't breathe. He doesn't even notice her first few seconds. I feel like Doctor Manhattan was trying to punish her right there. You know, like he wanted her to suffer just a little bit before he gave her the oxygen. So, I mean, I think he still does have human emotions. That's why he lost his cool during that interview, because there's still a part of him that's human. Dude, that guy put my cousin in a wheelchair. Like, yeah, man, that's what superheroes do. They fucking fuck up people. The Afghanistan Russian invasion of Afghanistan. Yes, I'm a fan. They are complete opposites. Callow says, I'm rolling some Green Lantern right now. That's suggestive as hell. Suggestive as hell. Toke up. Woke up a little early today. Yeah, toxic nerd. I agree. I mean the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie could have been good if they actually cared about it. What they just did the same thing to that movie that they did with Green Lantern. They had a decent movie, you know, and then they just fucked it up. They added a bunch of shit they didn't need to add in reshoots. Like the Green Lantern movie costs like over 250 million or something to make because they did a lot of reshoots on it. But if they just went with what they originally had, it probably would have been fine. Definitely wouldn't have been like a masterpiece, but it would have been like decent. We're getting Hollis Mason's death scene right now. It's beautiful. The picture falls to the ground, it breaks, and he's seeing the villains as he's punching. This is all director's cut stuff too. This was not in the theatrical, and it's fucking beautiful. Oh, this the music, kill him with his own award. Moloch. I listened to the commentary with Dave Gibbons, and when this scene happened, Dave Gibbons was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing!" Like he fucking loved this scene. He said it was like one of his favorite scenes of the movie. Yeah, as he's remembering his glory days, he's getting killed. Dave Gibbons loves that scene. It's good. I don't think Martin Campbell. I don't think he cared about Green Lantern. It was just a big paycheck to him. But he was a good director. He made Casino Royale. Like it should have been a good movie. Like he was a good director. Now he hasn't made a movie since. Dude, I would love if the Mission Impossible director and Tom Cruise got together on a Green Lantern movie. I think that'd be great. I think Tom Cruise would be fine as Hal Jordan. An older Hal Jordan that becomes Parallax. Yeah, Hal Jordan would be perfect. But yeah, Dan's yelling at Rorschach. Everyone thinks you're a goddamn lunatic. And let Dan apologizes. Sorry. We're sorry. We're so sorry. This is a very touching moment too. You're a good friend. And like I like how Rorschach holds on to his hand for like way longer than he like Dan just like he looks at the hand, he's like, all right, let go. Oh. Oh, Barney Camel made the foreigner? Didn't that have a Jackie Chan in it? Think of another movie? Or the bar scene here. Well, the bartender's like, "Oh god," as he sees Rorschach. Everyone fucking rats him out. They all look at him. That's great. You bastards. Ah! Squeezing the glass in his hand. That's Slipknot right there. Ah! No, he knows something. He's torturing the dude. Superhero torturing the dude. He squeezes it a little harder. Then let's go. uh, Taking justice into his own hands. And like just before, Night Owl was he doesn't like the way Rorschach approached things, but now he's about to find out Hollis Mason just got killed by Slipknots. I mean, knob knots. And he sees a knob knot in the bar that had nothing to do with that crime. But just because he's looks like one, he's gonna beat the shit out of him. He's gonna knock all his teeth out. Just fucking, they're dead. Like Dan's losing his shit. Not for the civilians. God damn. Dan's like lost his shit right there. You know about me and Dan. This is such a funny scene. In a few moments, you're gonna tell me about you and Dan. Good questions. Good questions, Lori. At least she's asking good questions. Not for the civilians. We're all just puppets. I'm just the puppet who could see the strings. It's inhuman. Uh, I'm sorry, I slept with Dan. He gets all mad. Like, he knew it was coming. It just, you just said, this is how it's like in the book, too. Often. The continuity person did a great job on her mole. It's in the same spot the whole movie. It's great. The last remaining link. Take us to DEFCON 2. What are you doing? I think it's interesting how he figures out the password um, by just looking at the books. Like Ozymandias would really leave the answer like out like that. It's just strange. Robin, where are we at in the movie? Hold on here. 2 hours and 41 minutes. We're watching the ultimate cut. So I think we have like one more Black Freighter scene, and then it's the rest of the movie. Um, they're in Adrian's office right now, about to find his password, which is Ramses II. Ramses the second. I mean, I think Ozymandias is a little bit too obsessed with Ramses. Ramses II. Dun, dun. Parent company, Veidt Corporations. What in life does not deserve celebrating? He's in his Ozymandias suit, uniting the world under one empire, uniting it in a peace. Obviously, in the book, this is a lot longer. When he's his monologue to his scientist dudes as he's killing them is a lot longer. Sleep well, gentlemen. Osmondeus is purely a utilitarian. He cares about doing the most good for the the majority, right? And if you have to kill a few people to save like thousands, or you got to kill a few million to save billions, that's justified uh, to a utilitarian like Ozymandias. And Rorschach just left his journal, and this is what we hope the the HBO show is based off of, right? Um, Completely correct. Rorschach, November 1st. I pray to God the HBO show is just about like them finding that journal and them like starting a cult based off that. Need it. I need it to happen like that. Here's another ultimate cut scene. Uh, the newspaper dude's talking to the comic book guy, comic book reader. And he just told him to keep the comic. I like these interactions between them. It really makes you feel for them when they die later. Yawning because it's late at night right now. And another awesome transition into the book. God, Davidstown. Oh, actually, we got two more sequences with the Black Freighter. It's going to go. It's going to kill his family, and then we're going to get one more after that. There's still like about 45 minutes left. This ain't no fucking joke. And I'm not tired yet. Haven't had to use the bathroom once. Okay? All right, Russo brothers? Shit. Is this fucking light fucking shit up? Oh God. And he just kills these innocent people. Now, would you call the captain of the Black Freighter, would you call him a bad person? Like, he just clearly is insane, and he thinks he's, doing the right thing. He thinks, he thinks these people are evil, but really, he's just lost his mind, and he's hallucinating shit. A pirate sentry. It's a fucking scarecrow. I mean, I love the animation. The art style looks incredible. Um, it's tragic. It's so tragic because you just all he has to do is just look. You know, all he has to do is just take a moment to look at the situation. He doesn't. They would know death's dark embrace without ever understanding why. The people who fucking die in the bombs in the end. You know what I'm saying? That line is directly referring to that. Death's embrace. When those two guys embrace each other, the newspaper guy and the comic book reader, the Bernards. Yeah, hardboil. That they would just call Zack Snyder. They say always copying from Watchmen too much. So pretty awful. The Black Freighter doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? His deduction was flawless. It should have arrived. Well, it didn't arrive because it's not a real ship. At least that's I don't know. This is how I'm thinking about it. And the universe will not even notice. Dr. Manhattan is right, you know? It's a little bit morbid, but he's right. He's talking about the Mars landscape. This movie still looks good. This came out in 2009. The special effects look incredible. So long, Stallone fan. Yeah, we'll all be keeping up these vids. This movie has like 40 minutes left, so we'll probably make another watch along thing. I still got to make another podcast, probably with hard boil or something. I just got to get some new blood on it. Although worthless humans, nothing. Yeah, I guess they are yin and yang, hard boiled. No, I've not done a Man of Steel watch along yet, Robin. We'll do it. We'll do it. Was our hero? God. She's about to find out the truth that her father's the comedian, the guy that raped his her mother. 300. Yeah, we'll probably do all of Zach's films, and we'll do like every DC film ever, and then we'll just start doing films. We'll just start doing every other film. Get in the car now. I like Jeffrey D. Morgan. He wants to say it's his daughter, but he says it's his friend's daughter. Yeah, we definitely got to watch 300. That's another comic book movie. Were you drunk or just lonely? No, like that's a tough thing to live down. Oh, we should do one for Catwoman and like trash it the whole time. That'd be a funny one. Batman and Robin, that'd be another funny one. What's your father? It's a miracle. The man she has every reason to hate, and she still willingly has sex with the guy that tried to rape her. I mean, that's a fucking miracle if I've ever heard one. Right? Like that's a huge miracle. Oh, I love the glass falling down, shattering. All her illusions are being shattered right now. I mean, it's a little on the nose, but it makes for a hell of a visual, right? I'll be pissed if that happens to a Star Wars fan, colleague. I'll say if we do Revengeance that there will be a lot of roasting from my end. Oh, dude, I don't watch Revenge of the Sith like it's a fucking masterpiece. You know? That movie's funny to watch. So many quotable lines. Oxygen turning into gold. Loves a man she has every reason to hate. I'm getting chills right now. Listen to this. I can't even talk right now. This shit's good. Let's go home. And now we get the fucking Jimi Hendrix. Woo! Oh yeah. We're out of here. Send the Joker to the thieves. Oh yeah. Dude, we got a fucking Jimi Hendrix along the Watchtower. You know why this movie? You know why they pick the songs they do is because in the book, each chapter or each book ends with a song reference. You know, it ends with the lyrics from an actual song, and that's why they pick the songs in this movie. I mean, it's all for a reason. It's not just like, oh, the song sounds good. Like it's fucking. It's a direct reference to the book. Oh yeah, he's got brilliant taste in movie. You know, Zack Snyder used to be subscribed to Heavy Metal magazine when he was a teenager. I thought that was a fun fact about him. Like that's a really nerdy magazine. If DC was smart, they put Watchmen references in every goddamn DC movie, and then one day you do the Doomsday Clock thing, and you have the Watchmen come into the DC universe because you already have an amazing movie here with Watchmen. Oh, why not build on your amazing movies? So ridiculous. Then we just saw the bomb go off. You see the lights go off? That was him sending the bombs to the cities. And now he's waiting for the newsreels to pop up. We saw there's a Road Warrior, Mad Max Road Warrior right there. A bunch of other shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that Robin. That's dead right. That was, yeah. They cut that out. Of course, they cut it out. Anything that was remotely good, they cut out. Yeah, Snyder's a fucking genius, Callow. He saved Watchmen. You should have heard what they were going to do to this movie before Zack Snyder came along and rewrote it and everything. They were going to totally destroy Watchmen. He definitely saved it. I think Zack Snyder's I don't say he's an atheist, but he's probably agnostic. Oh, dude, like is Ozzy fucking like superhuman? Like he just jumped across the room. And here you got your classic superhero comic book movie. The superheroes fight the bad guy. May he rest in peace. Great shit. He was cracking bad. They were gonna make Watchmen modern day. None of them were gonna be in their costumes. It wasn't gonna be anything like the book. It was gonna be horrendous. Like I think they had concept art somewhere of it, devoid of emotion. Yeah, that doesn't mean he's a Christian hardball. I mean, religious imagery has a lot of weight and it means something. But it doesn't mean you have to be religious to know this. You don't have to be religious to know that. feel like X-Men franchise could. Yeah, Kal-El. That's probably the one thing they were missing in that movie. But that was during a time where people still thought comic books were silly, and they still do. Especially after these MCU movies. Comic books they got a long way to go. Still stuck in like the fucking 50s, where superheroes have to be a certain way. Human extinction, extinction. He's not going to kill everybody. Just a few cities to make everybody horrified. He's explaining everything to you. And the poem, the Ozymandias poem, is right behind him. Look upon my works and what was it? In awe or something. Yeah, I'll take the X-Men in their yellow spandex. Why not? That's probably what it's going to be next time around. So we get in First Class. It looks good in the First Class movies. They could have did that. I had to trick it. You remember the robot from Star? What was it? South Park. The funny bot. He wants to blow up the whole planet because it's a joke. Awkward. Yeah, see a Star Wars fan. Um, I triggered it 35 minutes ago. Boom! And the squid energized. The bomb is called the squid. Dude, what else was 35 minutes? In BVS, you got that fucking clock that was also 35 minutes. That's how much time they had to save Martha. Mm, God damn it. And now we get the last Black Freighter. That's a weird cut, honestly. When it cuts from that to the Black Freighter, that's really weird. But it's the last Black Freighter one. It's the conclusion. And then we're going to see the bomb go off. Ozymandias, there's the argument to be made that he's the hero. He's the hero of the whole story. Because his plan worked. Like, it's world peace. Everybody, you know, there's no more wars anymore. Like, how much? That's a huge accomplishment. You know, it's crazy. Treated 35 minutes ago. Yeah, dude, that I want to like I want somebody to watch all the Marvel films, and then I want them to watch Watchmen and like have their mind blown at that fucking line where he says I triggered it 35 minutes ago. That's what I want. It's for how long they can keep up the lie. That's how world peace is. Do you know this era of human history that we're in right now is what's it called? It's called the Long Peace or something like that because there hasn't been a major global conflict since World War II, where every country was involved in a giant war. Hasn't happened in like since the 40s, so yeah, 60, 70 years. Once horrors must I dwell. And it pulls out the comic book. Oh, it's fucking great. Man, this shit don't make no sense. Man, this shit make no sense. That's exactly everybody's reaction to the Black Freighter when they first read it. I love Zack Snyder put that in. And their names are Bernard. They're both named Bernard. What are the chances of that? Yeah, big deal. Lots of people named Bernard. This is the ultimate cut, you know. And now we're into the director's cut where the guy's looking at his watch. The psychiatrist is looking at his watch. It stops right at 5 minutes to midnight. Where Martha. And here's the bomb going off. Burr! Oh, it looks so good. Look at that shit. You can't look at all the buildings fucking moving. My God. It looks a little bit like the World Engine, honestly. A little bit. And they grasp each other like people just finding someone to hold on to. So awesome. Yeah. Looks like there's a lot like Ozymandias. I have not seen the double Cal, but I heard it was good. I'll probably watch it one day. Fucking flying here. Cataclysm. I did this. I love this realization Dr. Manhattan has. He instantly knows it's Adrian. He's made it to look like it's him. I think it works so much better in this movie than the book because it makes it like a personal attack on Dr. Manhattan. With the giant squid, it's like it's almost, it's out of Dr. Manhattan's hands, but in the movie, we could directly blame Dr. Manhattan for this bomb going off. Or at least the world can. And that's what Adrian's counting on. The devil will do it. Yeah. Dr. Manhattan can only see. He's just the puppet who can see the straight. He can't do anything to affect the future. I mean, because it's already happened, right? Future, past, it's already happened. So why don't you do it, Dr. Manhattan? Turn the walls into glass. What are you talking for? It's almost like you want something to happen. Like, I don't think Ozymandias, he probably hopes this is gonna kill Dr. Manhattan. Uh, but I he might be in despair. But he also has that backup plan with the TVs and stuff, so you're such an asshole. He's gonna catch the bullet. Good night, Cryptic. This is almost over. What we got? We got 25 minutes. Someone just walked. Yeah. Had to let my dog out. He's barking. Someone just walked through the door. Grow up. All right. Yeah, we're at the part we pulled the bullet off his hand. Yeah, we'll do a 300 movie night. Kal-El at this point, Kingdom Come ain't gonna happen for another 20 years. For them to do a serious book and a serious adaptation, it's not gonna happen for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, Rorschach is dead on, man. Hard boil. If you care from starting to know this would happen. Yeah. And as we learned earlier with the comedian, Dr. Manhattan doesn't seem to care that much about human life. Or at least he doesn't care enough to stop shit. Just a man. No more threat. This world's smallest termite. I like how the remote looks like a pyramid too. There's a lot of pyramids, a lot of triangles with Adrian Veidt's character. It's just a remote. That's his big master weapon. Dude, hard boiled, that'd be dope. Michael Keaton as the Batman in Kingdom Come. They ended the Cold War. They ended all global conflict. The villain won. Like, and maybe it was a good thing. Who knows? You know, to defend the human rights. Tom Welling would be cool as Superman. Robin. Tony Wicks. I'm 50. Might not happen in my generation. Yeah, man. Dude. Like, you probably waited so long for a fucking trilogy like Dark Knight, where they took Batman like fucking for real and tried to make an Oscar type caliber film. That shit's not gonna happen for a while. Because of the formula. They gotta do the formula. Tom Welling looks old, hardboil. He's got gray hair. He look old. Yeah, man. Yeah, Robin. He's got some gray hair, man. And Tom Welling got a little fatter, honestly. He's not. I mean, is he still in his Superman shape? Keep your own secrets. This is most fucking. Don't even think about it. This is another amazing change from the book. Is that Nite Owl watches Rorschach die? Like that's not in the books. Like Nite Owl does not see it happen, and they're so connected. Like it's so awesome to have Dan there to see it happen. Zack Snyder's the man. Like, like no other director would have thought to do that. Does anybody realize this shit? And fucking Osmond Days getting all preachy. Mm. Without condoning or condemning. Because he's Dr. Manhattan. He's indifferent anyway, right? Fucking hell. This is so my god, the snow freezes. It's so fucking good. This is like one of the best moments of comic book history. Comic book movie history. This is one of the best ones. Convenient. And fucking Night Owl's right there seeing it all happen. Take off his mask. His red hair is so fucking red. This is so fucked. This is so this is so fucking good. Jackie Earl Haley, man, he deserved an Oscar for this movie. Didn't even get nominated. Should have got the fucking Oscar. Who else came out that year? You know, 3, 4. Fucking Night Owl scream is so good. Not in the book. You got the Rorschach blop in the snow. Yes, Kal-El, they're here to stay. Yeah, fucking yeah, hard boil right there with you. Uh, but Dan is still angry. He's got to get his aggression out. He has the only person to blame right now is Adrian. And I like how Adrian just like lets it happen. Like Adrian has nothing to fight for right now. He's won. It's over. He got what he wanted. Dan. You mutilated it. Yeah, the blood can't go like that. They didn't earn Rorschach's death. I need another 6 movies of Rorschach before they earned his death. Fucking hell. That's what MCU has done. That's what they didn't earn it. Poor writing. They earned it. Oh Lord. Oh, then you got Mozart's Requiem of the Death, right, or something like that. What's up, Shao Vessel? You just missed Rorschach's death scene. There's about 20 minutes left in the movie. Less than, by like 10, 15, something like that. And a little triangle right next to Adrian, I thought was a cool touch too. No, just the Outer Limits. I've never seen the Outer Limits. I've never seen this episode or this show ever. I always watch the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone's fucking dope. My kid can't see it. It's that family friendly. What you must think of me. In the book, they're in like this fucking retirement home in Florida and stuff. Get rid of that shit, you know? Streamline it a little bit, you know? And if you notice, that mole has not moved the whole movie. Did a great job with the mole. Because he gave me the sweet line. I love the face that she has. Like she wasn't expecting her daughter to say "I love you," which is so fucked up. Another happy couple here. I have not been reading Doomsday Clock, Shadow Vessel. As long as people think, Dr. Manhattan's still out there, the world's gonna be united in peace. And what's that worth at the end of the day? Nothing ever ends. They better tie in this movie to the Watchmen TV show. Like this, it's so good. How can you not reference this? The whole destruction of the city is epic shot. You know in your heart, you know it's right. Electric Cars by Veidt Industries. The sauce in there. This ending's a lot like the book, actually. This is a lot how the book ends. You got Watchmen number 12, signed by Dave Gibbons at London Comic Con 1987. Damn, Tony. Hope you got that shit fucking framed. Nice. Who wants a cowboy in the White House? In the book, I think they say Robert Redford. And in the movie, they changed it to Ronald Reagan because it's funnier. Because Rorschach's Journal, October 12th. Comedian died. They get the awesome music. Well, that was a fucking great movie. Dr. Manhattan can only see his own future. So who knows, Jacob, how long it's going to last. Frank Miller drops Superman Year One next month. Can't wait. Yes, Robin. That looks good too. That's the movie, guys. That's the movie. Fucking fantastic. Fucking fantastic. We're at 3 hours and 34 minutes. Damn, that's a long ass stream. It flew by. Dude, I feel like the whole movie kind of flew by. You know? Like 3 hours and 30 minutes, it just all flew by. It's real easy to watch the movie. Like the movie a lot. Nice. Yes. Glad y'all had a good time. Um, yeah, man. I don't know which version of the movie I like most, the director's cut or this cut. I mean, I like this cut a lot because of the Black Freighter, but then again, the Black Freighter kind of like, messes up stuff. Oh yeah, Vodka. If Film Junkie has a vodka stream up, um, yeah, but I think the director's cut might be a little bit better, just because. I mean, those transitions to the Black Freighter are a little janky, but what are you gonna do? Oh yeah, John Wick 3. It's in theaters, isn't it? Looks good. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good score, so that's all you need, right? That's all you need. Zach himself likes the director's cut best. I think he said he's the best one to watch. But I think he also said if you want the full Watchmen experience, you'll watch the ultimate cut. Right? Actually, if you want the full Watchmen experience, go watch that 40-minute fake documentary they made about the Hollis Mason book. It's like a full documentary about a book that was never written. And then you watch the ultimate cut of Watchmen, and then you read the Watchmen book, and then you watch the Watchmen motion comic. So there you go. So much to check out. There's a 5-hour motion comic on this collector's edition of Watchmen. Um, it's pretty fucking good. I love the um, voice acting. Yeah, there's a full documentary. I forget what it's called. Is it on this disc? No, it's just commentary on this disc. I think it's on the special features disc. Yeah. And yeah, it's about Hollis Mason, and it's about the book Under the Hood. And it's like a full they do it straight up like it's actual real life documentary. Motion comics on YouTube. Yeah, y'all go watch that right now. What's the fake documentary called? Does anyone know? I think it's just called Under the Hood. Under the Hood, something like that. Is it? Yeah, yeah. It's a if you Google it, Under the Hood, that's the first thing that comes up. The Boondock Saints documentary. Is it a legit documentary? I don't think I have seen that. Um, but yeah, this movie's really good. Nobody saw it when it first came out. It bombed in theaters. Critics were indifferent on it. I think it has like a 60 something on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, dude, if you buy the buy the collector's edition, the one that comes with the comic book and everything, I think you can get that for like $40 or something. I found mine for cheap. It's nice. It comes with the book, comes with the motion comic, it comes with special features, comes with audio commentaries by Zack Snyder and a separate audio commentary by Dave Gibbons, which is I really recommend the Dave Gibbons commentary. It's really good. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for now, though. We've been on long enough. We'll see if this video uploads before the night's over. uh, Takes a while to process these long ass videos, but yeah, that's it for now. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me. It was a good watch. I have Boondock Saints right there. It's fucking right there. Yeah. Adios. See ya. Where's the end button? Bye for now.